Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to attempt to show you, because I don't know if it's going to work. It's a hit and miss for me sometimes. How to wrap a kid's, like, it's the one that has the like flip lid. I use these for my daughters, and so I'm going to design this one. I don't have the lid. The lids have broken, so I kind of just have this random extra cup. That's the only thing I don't like about these things, is that the lids break. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I got them on Amazon. I'll link them below, I guess. They are skinny. I think these are 12 ounces. And so I'm going to show you how I use this in my Vevor automatic mug press, utilizing silicone wraps. I'm just going to utilize this random mermaid print. I found it on Creative Fabrica. If you don't have that, I think it's totally worth it. They have so many things. But anyway, I did this, and it is 5.26 in height and 8.8 in width. So it should go around the cup perfectly. I did do a test print on regular paper, and I like to do that so I don't waste sublimation paper. And it is almost perfection. It overlaps just the tiniest bit. So I'm gonna use that. And like I said, normally I would personalize it, but I don't know which kid is gonna want to use it, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and I'll show you how I prep the cup, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that next. So here is the design. I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. I do have like a paper trimmer automatic slicer thing, but it cuts crooked, so I need to invest in a new one. So right now I'm just going to use this, which works well. I do also have my heat gloves, heat tape. You can't use regular tape, that's a no-go. So here we have the design. It's just a bunch of mermaid scales. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my cup. I just like to get off any, if there's any lint, go ahead and do that. Okay. I'm going to prep my tape. I hate this tape dispenser with a passion. I need to get one of those cool ones. But right now, this is what we're working with. Okay, so I'm just prepping it so that it's easier in a minute. Move that. So I'm gonna do it just like this and wrap it. And it overlaps just the teensiest amount, which is fine. So I'm just going to make sure that it is touching the bottom all the way around and the top before I go ahead and tape it down for good. So I'll do like a holder piece right here. Teeny tiny little piece before and I like to make sure it's nice and taut. And my nail polish is rubbing off, and that's okay. Normally I would try to be more precise, but this is a hodgepodge cup, so I'm not really that concerned. And I'm gonna do the whole seam. And then I grab my little Cricut thing and I make sure that's seam. I'm not the best at this. I have not made cups for like a customer. It's only been for like family and stuff. So I've never tried to be perfect. Not that anyone can be, but I'm definitely not perfect. And then I like to go around the bottom as well. When I do this, I do get panicky, like when I'm flipping it. So hopefully I don't do that. For some reason, I just panic. Okay, so I got that going. I also still use parchment paper. Some people don't. I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. So I'm gonna tape it on the inside. Less likely to come off. And the outside. I like to use tape. I use a lot of tape even when I wrap gifts. It's just who I am. Okay. Because sometimes if it starts getting heated too much, it does start to come off. So I like to make sure and go both directions. And now I'm just using all the tape. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat press. I just have this Vevor mug press. And I'm going to need to use these silicone wraps because this is too thin for this and it will not capture it. So this is where we're going to get started. Now I do have a pencil because sometimes I like to mark where on here, like how high or low I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and lint roll my silicone sheets. The only thing with silicone sheets you need to be aware of that I've noticed is that they do produce more like condensation. So be aware of that. And that is never good. Condensation is absolutely never good for sublimation. Okay. So I think I'm going to go with the mouth part down. But we're going to wrap her in her silicone. And I can see that this is where my seam is. I believe, no, my seam is right here. So I'm going to mark my seam with the pencil, but I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to mark the top of the cup where the seam is. Okay. These are just my markings so that I know where things have turned, because we have to do some turning. And so it's going to go ahead and do its thing. And then I'm going to rotate it and put this part, like the part that's facing the front, I'm going to just turn it and face that to the back. So it's going to be one full rotation, or 180 rotation. So now I'm just gonna try and leave the silicone, but turn the cup. And so it'll go all the way again, and then I'll flip the cup. Fingers crossed this works. Because whenever I try to do something, you know, on video, it's always a fail. So fingers crossed for me, people. And there is condensation. So now I'm going to just put this seam forward. So I just flipped it upside down. And I'm trying to only get the bottom. And you need to be careful because these things are hot. I made a mug the other day for a friend and I forgot that I made a mug and my arm touched the mug like 10 minutes later and I got a nice burn and it's still there. That was like a week ago. So be careful. Okay, I got my mat ready because you don't want to place the, well, it's not glass, but if it was glass, you wouldn't want to place it on anything cold because it could crack. I do want to invest in like an actual press. And then I go ahead and remove the things and I unplug it immediately. But you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, there is condensation on the things. But yeah, I do want an actual heat press, mug press, but you know, we're not there financially. And so then I just start peeling my tape. This is just the paper, but because I always put so much tape, and I'm not using my fingers, I'm actually using my nails because I don't want to burn myself. You could use tweezers, but I hate using my tweezers because I'm afraid that I'll scratch it. But these gloves work really well, but obviously it makes it hard to, you know, function. And let's see, we're gonna see this together. Oh, it missed the whole middle. Look at that. How did I manage that? So the top came out great and the bottom came out great. But the whole middle. That is so weird. Literally never had that problem before. And it's all the way around. So again, not an expert. And so you can see my seam. This is gonna bother me. I wonder why that happened. But practice. Hi, it's future Delicia here. I just wanted to explain myself a little bit. I know this is a random video with a lot of mistakes, but I think my biggest mistake was not the condensation and not over pressing. I actually think I underpressed it. So what I normally do is put it all the way in and then turn a third and a third and then flip it, do the portion that I hadn't done, and then a third and a third. And as I rewatched this video, I saw that I actually only turned it once, which was a half a turn. So I don't think that it was actually heated through all the way. you do want to make sure you are preheating your silicone so that it releases the condensation before you put the cup in there. That's always a good idea. Just like you would press a shirt first before you sublimate that. But I don't think that that was my problem here because I didn't follow my instructions that I wrote for myself in my little notebook, which I have followed on all my previous cups like this. So that is where I went wrong, I believe. So let's continue on with this fail video. Like I said, I've done these before quite a few times, like 6 times, and I have not had this problem at all. But I was kind of rushing and not paying attention too much to what I was doing. That's my fault. But this thing works great. I would not say that it was the problem of the heat press. That's user error. But I will try to get the other mugs within the next week or so I can test those out to see if the shorter, fatter ones work. That way I don't have to utilize these silicone wraps, because I don't like to use them because they do give out condensation and that could be messing me up too. Oh my goodness, I just put these silicone sheets on my, I have that from Joann's, like that cutting table plastic thing, and these totally made it bubble up. So don't do that. So I'm gonna get it like a book and put it there. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I made this cup. It didn't turn out due to user error because I heated it. Like I said 1,000 times, I heated this center part too much. I can show you that I have been successful before. So here is one that I made my daughter perfectly all the way around. Obviously, I'm not very good at the seams, but you know. Here's one I made my other daughter. Again, not good at seams. This one was much better on the seams. Look at that. Is it focusing? I don't know. This one was good all the way around. And ooh, this is the very first one I made. Clearly has a seam. But this one was good all the way around as well. This one is lighter, but that's, the background is supposed to be that way. I actually lightened it so that the giraffes and all the other animals would stand out more. So, and I also made 2 other ones for my daughter's friends. So all of these turned out good, except this one. So I'm not mad about it. So like I said, just trial and error. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Some might say this was a fail. I guess it is a fail, but showing you what I did wrong is not a fail because I showed you that I did it incorrectly. And the sad part is I have notes. And did I follow my notes? No, I did not. So had I followed my notes and taken my time and not rushed through this, things might have been better. So, you know, that's my bad. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.